Good morning, Suzanne.
Good morning, Deborah Leanne.
I am, we're joining in today and we're not even really sure um, the where we want to go with this pulse, this gene key 62. Um, and I just feel like everything is so big and mm, sometimes heavy, sometimes flowing really fast, but it feels like everything's potent and ready for us to do something with it. And I don't know what to do. So there's my intellect. Anyway, so would you like to kick off our topic on this Gene Key 62?
Okay, so Gene Key 62 is, and we're talking about Gene Keys, and it's written by Richard Rudd. What I find fascinating about Gene Key 62 is the shadow or the human self is all about intellect. And, you think of intellect as very, you know, useful, and it is. And when it's in its repressed nature, it's very obsessive and stays on its own train and very opinionated. And when it's pandemic, it then takes that opinion and gets really angry and then says, dang it, I'm right, and has that deep insecurity. And so it lashes out and reacts.
Yeah, is the program partner arrogance? It seems like he talked about them being linked in some way, or maybe they're in the same codon ring.
They must be in the same codon ring because the programming partner is psychosis.
Oh, yeah, well, that would make sense. Okay, well, in the transmission, I heard him talk about the arrogance, which I do have in my
Mm,
chart. Um, and I thought, and it is in the codon ring of no return. So
right.
you go, you say those words, boom, they're out
Yeah.
there. So
So, but then out of that opinion or duality, we can up level into the gift of precision. And that's the precision of our own awareness. And from that space is the Siddhic state, which is all about impeccability. And it feels, I don't know why it was like the first time I've listened to him talk about it, but I got really weepy. And because it's moving from that dual state of thinking, very logical and very like black and white thinking, to more to unity, and it's through Trinity because we're merging both into something brand new that's, well, it's perfect. It's
right,
perfectly imperfect. And
which
we,
I love that when he said impeccability is imperfect perfection. And
yeah,
I thought, and I really like the way he spoke to the feminine qualities of it. I
right.
feel that we are moving back into, because I believe we were there once, in a more feminine um, mindset, in playing around a lot more with the other side of the brain. I mean, and that logical side of the brain has gotten so much of a hold of our society,
Yeah,
and we're seeing how this is shifting. This is really, really playing. So I get this is typical me. I get the shadow. I know, I understand, and I understand how it feels in me. I absolutely get the highest level. I, I need to know about the pathway. So let's talk a little bit about the gift, because that to me feels like it's the ticket to get us to move more and more often when we find that intellect taking hold. Oh yeah, this isn't this isn't the whole picture.
right. So I really believe we're at this crux right now of that precision, of that dropping back into awareness. That's why I I just, whenever I am in that chaotic state, it's like dropping back in and saying, okay, Suzanne, are you working from your heart? What, And so often as a young person, I was super opinionated and like, because I felt everything and it was like, this is real. This is real. But that may not be somebody else's perception,
And
right?
science is proven, you know.
Right. Right. And what's interesting too is I also was remembering my mom who said, nothing is really true. And I love the fact that Richard had said, he goes, go ahead and tweet this out. Today's facts are future's fables. And my mom would say to me, because like whenever you would see the statistics or what was the going trend of what was healthy during a period of time, my mom was like, it's going to go out. It may come back in. Like milk is really healthy. And then everyone said, no, lactose, really unhealthy. And like, so
Oh,
it's
coffee, good for you, not good for you. Oh, the more coffee you drink, the better.
right. What's fact? Like, so we've had this over identification with this science of this is real, this is the truth. And what we're learning is as we're growing and creating more in attunement with ourselves, and had that awareness, that's that mind heart balance coherence. And I feel like that is the thing, that's the precision, because we're dropping and we're creating that trinity, that connection to ourselves in both hemispheres, to realize that one's not greater than the other. But we've been so identifying with the left brain that is like the way. And then sometimes we over identify with the other side, and then we're a little flighty. So people go, okay, come on, bring it down.
Right. And the collapsing of the dualities. I mean, we
Right.
are seeing that
Right.
in our genders, in our political parties. I mean, it is not this or this. It is like, whoa.
Very
If
fluid.
we really looked at it, we would have at least six parties
Yeah.
because each of the parties has their own gradations. My mother, I'm gonna just call upon her wisdom one day. She said something about our family. We were saying something about being weird, and she goes, "Oh yes, our family has gradations of weirdness." And that is one of our favorite quotes. That when we're all together, we're like, "Yep, we are all weird. We're all on the spectrum." And that's the other thing, the neurodivergence of um, the way we're starting to honor other ways of thinking, other ways of the brain operating. I just want to, I picked this up. I'm in a process of um, cleaning up, clearing out, creating and curating my new space, my new self, my new life. And as I go through books, it's so funny. I'm like, oh, just pick it up and look and see what speaks to you today. So this is the talk about in the intellect and the one or the other. The stages of the artist's journey share one fundamental quality. They are all battles against resistance. Resistance meaning fear, resistance meaning distraction, resistance meaning temptation, resistance meaning the aggressive self perpetuation of the ego, resistance meaning the terror the psyche experiences at the prospect of encountering the self, the soul, the unconscious, the superconscious. So he's talking about developing the skills as an artist takes us away from all of this. We are fortifying ourselves, training ourselves against fear, boredom, laziness, arrogance, self inflation, complacency. Our aim is to make ourselves masters, not just of our craft, but also of ourselves. So, in the past, when we used to go and listen to other people and learn from them, it was because we didn't believe enough in ourselves. And now we're learning to, oh, I am the master. I am the one creating this. So that little brain, when it gets into those ego stories of the intellect going, but you don't have these initials behind your name, then you're not really qualified for that. And I'm like, I don't think I believe that anymore. when I've got 40 years experience in something, I would say I don't need a certification in it. So I'm just laughing. So
Yeah.
yes, a card, please. And I was going to ask you in terms of decks, what are you going to pull from today? Because I was thinking this morning, what do I want to play with? And this is the one that came to mind for
Oh,
me.
you okay? Do you want me to pull from that?
Yes, please, because you're such a master puller. We're talking about the Infinite Self Oracle cards by Patricia Weld Hopkins, who's currently, and I'm just was, and that was the other thing I was going to say. Do you have anything Celtic? Because I feel like she's hanging out in that energy right now on her retreat. So,
She's in Avalon.
mm,
And before I like pull this, I mean, the other big thing about this gift is it's all about love being rooted in the service to the whole. And that's really about what our precision and our, impeccability is. It's about being anchored and embodying that citic state of knowing that everything is perfect. Everyone is working out their journey in perfect timing. So we can all relax. No one has to rush it. No one has to push anyone else. Like, you're doing it wrong. No, no, no. This is all perfect.
yeah,
Okay.
perfectly imperfect, or
Yes.
imperfectly perfect, or however. Yes, what do you got for us?
Feeling middle. So this is Nunu. She is the priestess of earthly richness and resources. And she has the embodiment of prosperity.
Mm,
And she offers you an elixir of ecstatic bliss, earthly richness, and resources for a bounteous life. And
mm,
be filled with the deep sensual nature of Gaia, because it's effervescent, and be in harmony with the web of life. And this is really what this key is about being in harmony with the web of life and allowing yourself to just be all of it. She radiates the essence of tagetes, patchouli, cacao, clove, and cinnamon.
mm.
Sorry, my camera is not
Yeah, mine didn't focus this
beautiful.
morning either.
Yeah.
That is gorgeous.
But I will
Embodiment
drop
of
it.
prosperity. Yes, please.
I will drop it in the comments.
Awesomeness. So that was beautiful. And I want to just point out how you can see how all of these keys are weaving into each other. I mean, and the more we explore, we're like, oh, well, that's really, oh, well, that's like this. And there is a web here of all of this wisdom. And each time we take one little piece out and pull that thread, it kind of like tightens everything or pulls it. For me, it feels like it pulls things into a better grasp of all of this. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we were going to do the mudra, but it's too complicated. And if maybe if I ever master it, I will bring it back to you because it was, and my intellect told me wasn't doing it right. So that's why I didn't. You want to try it?
All right, here we go.
Okay.
So,
Right hand.
right hand, put your right pinky or your left pinky over your right hand.
Okay.
Flip your left hand up and grab your middle finger with your middle finger.
Okay.
And then, or your ring finger, and then your middle finger with your middle finger. So you have that. And now put your two index fingers together.
Oh, I didn't do it right
This
this
is the
time.
backwards. So you're basically doing back to back.
Oh, gotcha.
Back to back. Grab your finger, your
Yeah,
little.
and then I can do it more easily. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And then this mudra itself is like pulling us into that perfection, into that
Impeccability.
impeccability. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.